Hello, VC, and special hello, Dr. Deadwax, since this is a response to your part of your June contest. You mentioned specifically, amongst other things, women artists. I thought that part I can do very easily. In fact, I do have to make one disclaimer. I unfortunately do not have any vinyl of the one artist in particular. In fact, I don't have vinyl of any of the artists in particular. In fact, but only one of the artists that I know of has only like one vinyl release to name as far as an album and another as far as a single. But doesn't matter. CDs are okay, so that's what I got. In fact, as far as women artists, I give you, in fact, my favorite group of all time, Morning Musume. In fact, I'm not used to like you doing the camera. This is their most newest single, Brainstorming. That's the most very recent release from about a month ago. In fact, once the number one on the singles chart in Japan, and a slightly bittersweet one for me. This is their 53rd single, I think, and it is the last single that they did with my favorite member of the group, Reina Tanaka, who graduated from the group after 10 years. At graduation meaning they had their last bunch of concerts or last concert with the band. In fact, she is thankfully already going on making music already with a rock band called Love Vendor, this is an excellent pop rock or pop punk CD. Excellent stuff. That's wait, I'm backwards. I'm still not used to this webcam. That's Reina. This is their EP, 8-song EP. I'm sure before the year is out, they'll have a full-length album or maybe a couple of singles by then. Definitely a couple more singles. I'm already looking forward to new material from November, and of course, whatever Morning Musume does in the future. Speaking of Morning Musume, here's just a sampling of how hardcore Morning Musume fan here. I don't have every single of this here, just a bunch of them. A bunch of them I didn't bring home yet, didn't pull out, but got all the albums here. There's first one. I'm sorry. This is First Time from 1998. This is the original lineup. In fact, as a matter of fact, the lineup kind of rotates from time to time, so like nobody in this first lineup is even in the group anymore. Although most of them are still in the entertainment industry one way or another. In fact, two of the members in this group either had a baby or are about to have a baby, I can tell you that much, and well, that's about it. Second album, Second Morning from 1990, 1999, I'm sorry, I couldn't remember, and I can't really see that well with my glasses sometimes. This is an excellent stuff. A lot of Memory Seishun no Hikari, I say Hold On Me, Never Forget. Classic singles. So almost went off down to this stuff on the floor here. The third album, this is when they really started to break through and become basically legend. Third album, Third Love Paradise. This just had their first huge single, Love Machine. No relation to the Miracle song. In fact, much more memorable than the Miracle song if you ever heard it. YouTube is your friend. There's a ton of Morning Musume videos online. You'll probably see all the, definitely see all the official videos at some points on there if you look. In fact, their first anthology, Best Morning Musume 1, and this was the only one that ever got released on vinyl, on double vinyl. I would love to find a copy. And between you and me, if the entire Morning Musume album discography ever came out on vinyl, especially if it was like good 180 gram vinyl, I'd be buying all these albums all over again. Their fourth album, Iki Mashoi, this is when they really start to get a roll. This is what I mean. Some fans consider this a peak. This is a classic lineup. A lot of classic. Still, some of the original members. Bear with me because I can't see through the CD and CD camera at the same time. Some of the original members, Tori, Ida, and Natsumi Aide there, and then a lot of the other classic members, Maki Goto, who I think this would be actually her last full-length album with the band because she was doing a solo career. And yeah, I'm not gonna go on. I don't want to bore you too much, but I want to show off all this stuff. Fifth Morning Musume album. Sorry for the bend in the cover. This is simply called Number 5. Great album. In fact, one of my all-time favorite Morning Musume songs. Koko ni Irozi is on here. Do It Now. Top Hey Mirai. Oh. In fact, that was actually the first Morning Musume studio album I bought when I started to get into Morning Musume about 10 years ago. Before that, I had gone to 2 anthologies. First, that Best Morning Musume one I had showed off, and that on with that, the second one, which had just come out at the time. A lot of classics on here: Go Girl, Coin of Victory, Shabu Undama, Ayarara, It's Alright, The Peace, Mr. Moonlight. And this was basically the first Morning Musume album where the generation that Marina Tanaka joined up with was on. But here is her actual studio debut. I always get texted when I'm vlogging. A Sixth Sense of Love, or I No Die 6 Con, I forget what the Japanese number for 6 is. Roku, I think. But a lot of nice memories of this one because this was my frequent car music CD when I started to date the woman who is now my wife. And yeah, there's Reina right there. There's Armida, Erikame, Hitomi Yoshisawa, Mami Yaguchi, Ai Takahashi, Makoto Ogawa, Sayuri Michishige. This was her first studio album with the band. I think Miki Fujimoto, Sane Kano, Rita Ishikawa, and Mizumi Gaki. I'm sorry, I'm all backwards here. Left out. I don't have X-ray vision. What the fuck? 7th album, Rainbow 7. Whitest cover ever. None more white. Okay. Not the, obviously, except for the white album, but that's a different subject altogether. Actually, this is an EP, so they call it 7.5 Fuyu Morning Musume Mini. So there's only like 6 songs on here, but this is kind of like when they started to turn a different kind of path as far as how the albums were being laid out, because they'd be a whole bunch of group tracks, some of the previous singles. Well, in this case, it's an EP, only one single, Aru Iteru, and then a bunch of solo or subunit cuts on this one. And there were a couple on the Rainbow 7 too, but that's when they started doing a lot more. Excuse me. 8th album, this is another one of my favorites, Sexy 8 Beats, with Ega Oh Yes Nude, Aru Iteru in a longer version, Sexy Boy, Ambitious. Great album. This is maybe slightly strange. I'm going to take the wrapper off. This is mostly a cover album of all the Japanese pop songs. The thing tying them in together is they're all written or co-written by a guy named Yu Aku, who wrote about 5,000 songs in his career. And I think he had passed away a couple of years before this came out. But Yu wrote for Pink Lady, wrote for a bunch of different artists. I'm spacing on the one I was thinking of right now, and I have 3 of this person's albums on vinyl. The 9th album, Platinum 9 disc, and point of order, this was actually the first of only 2 Morning Musume albums that would come out in the States, albeit in a limited pressing on a label that should have marketed them to more than just fans in America who already knew what they were, but this is the Japanese copy. And this is another one of my favorite Morning Musume albums. With one of my favorite, all-time favorite Morning Musume songs, Resident Blue, which is where I took the title of my first novel from. Ten Mind Me, this is the, this is like one of the shortest lineups they had since they debuted, so as far as members go. They only had like 8 members at the time. And of course, for Royal Rock, this herself, Marina Tanaka, right, almost front and center. That year when that came out, that was like 2010. That came out at the beginning of the year. Surprise! Another studio album near the end of the year, Fantasy 11, which is quite excellent. I can't say that about all the Morning Musume albums, because that's true. Most recent ones, 12 Smart. Not sure why Sunku, the guy who writes and produces the group, came up with that title, but no matter. Great album. Last one Ai Takahashi will do with the group because she graduated, oh, I'm sorry, like 2 weeks before this album came out. But great stuff. And the most recent one, 13 Colorful Character, great album, getting a little more electronic. In fact, 10 Mind Me was more experimental, almost compared to like most of their output, but this is more electronic. I guess Sunku was listening to a lot of Deadwax and Skrillex for all I know, but great stuff. And now it's the most recent studio album. Of course, ended up being Reina's last. I think I'd be remiss in mentioning one. Morning Musume also had a lot of subgroups and other side projects. This was the most infamous of them, a group called Mini Moni, which was supposed to be short for Mini Morning Musume. Mario Yaguchi was the one who came up with the idea for the group, where all the members of the subgroup would be under 150 centimeters tall, 5 feet. And her and the 2 of the most infamous 4th generation members, Ai Kago and Nozomi Tsuji, were in the group, along with someone that I've actually gotten to know a little bit through Twitter and Facebook over the past couple of years, a Hawaii-born Japanese woman named Mika Todd, who was in another Hello Project group called Coconuts Musume, which was all girls from Hawaii. They never did a full album, just a bunch of singles. They've only ever been able to find one Coconuts Musume single, but this is Mini Moni's first single, Mini Moni Jack and Pion, which that's hit rock, paper, scissors. We got here. This is one of the most popular ones. Mini Moni Telephone Ring Ring Ring. And B-side is Mini Moni Bus Guide. A double. It's based on. Oh, Mini Moni Hina Matsuri and Mini Strawberry Pie, another double A side. Very cute video for those 2 songs, by the way. Look them up when you're done watching this one. Mini Moni's first album called Mini Moni San Daiyaka Ichikan. Excuse my Japanese. After 10 years, I think I'd know to pronounce it better. But all the singles are on here that I shot before in a bunch of album cuts. There wasn't a lot of strange directions musically, but a very fun listen. Then this was a single from a movie they did called, which in Japanese translates to The Great Cake Adventure. And this was kind of a transitory one because this would be Mario Yaguchi's last single with Mini Moni, and the first one they do with the person who would be taking her place, also from Morning Musume. There's Ai Takahashi and 4 young girls in the background would later become members of either Berry's Kobu or Cute. So I think that was like their first appearance anywhere on a Hello Project CD. Then, I'm totally spacing on the name of this one, I'm sorry, but all the other ones. The next to last one, Crazy for You, which was more of an R&B trip. I'm missing one. I don't have the one that was in between those two. Second full-length album, Many Morning Songs 2, half in the R&B style and half close to their original style. And this isn't a. See, this is actually a DVD of all the videos. Region Sue, but there's always a way to rip a region-free copy and have that be your viewing copy and make this the master. Made for technology. And then another Japanese group that's very inspirational and very enjoyable. Actually, an instrument-wielding rock group compared as opposed to just a pop group, but Scandal. They are from Osaka, Japan. They have several albums. This is their first full-length called Best Scandal, and the reason it's only called that is because there were a few singles before that that originally just came out on an independent EP, which I do have, but I wasn't going to go dig for it. Second album, Temptation Box, quite excellent. A covers EP showing off some of their influences, all from their country, of course. This is called Our Girls Rock. Excellent cover of the Zone song Secret Base on here. That's the only one I recognize. The other 6 tracks I need to check out the originals of at some point. Album number 3, Baby Action, which is... They just get better as they go on, I'm telling you. Their first actual compilation, this is their called Scandal Show, so all the major label hits from the previous few years are on here. Excellent stuff, and I don't mind saying, Mami Sasaki is an amazing lead guitar player. I just love her playing, I just do. The most recent studio album, which is my favorite so far, Queens Are Trumps, excellent, excellent. One of my favorite, 2 of my favorite songs are theirs on here. The title track and a preceding single from it called Pinheel Surfer, which is excellent. And finally, this is actually sort of a companion to Scandal Show. This is the B-Sides compilation called Encore Show. And this is probably a new single a few weeks ago, so I'm sure before the end of the year there will be a 4th studio album before the year is out. I do have a whole bunch of CDs by this group. I'm going to put out one. I can't go without mentioning AKB48. I think there's a peak for them. I haven't deeply gone into the last couple of singles that they've put out recently since Give Me 5, which I like, but this is good. This is one of the first albums they did for King after they moved from Sony. Can't remember the Japanese name of it, so I'm not even going to tax myself trying to remember. And planting the seed for my continuing interest in Japanese pop over the past 10 or so years was this group. I first heard on a compilation. I thought they were just a girl group. Turns out they were playing the instruments on the track I was hearing, which was a cover of a Jiren Jin song called Natsu Matsuri, meaning Summer Festival. The band is Whitberry, and I'm forgetting the name of the town they're from, or the name of the prefecture they're from, but they did 2 albums, an EP, and a whole bunch of singles. This is their first album, Hatsu, and that's a good album, but their second one, unfortunately, this is their final studio album, Chameleon, also excellent. And they actually called it a career as a band in 2004, which sucked, but... So, didn't get to go to Japan to see them live. I haven't even been to Japan yet. Sucks, didn't get to see one of my favorite artists. Yeah, I could go through a whole bunch. I could mention Kawada Kumi, I could mention Puffy Ami Yumi, I could mention Berries Kobu, cute. I could go on and on about this. That's how much I like this stuff, but I've rambled enough. That's my answers, Dr. Deadwax. I hope you like that answer. And thanks for opening that discussion. See you next time.